guys, welcome to Nordic Drip Coaching. Today I am again with my mom, and today's topic is going to be things will never be the same. We will never be going back to pre-COVID days, and we'll just be having a discussion on how it shaped our lives and how it will continue to shape our lives. So Mom, why don't you start off?
So how do you think it changed your life?
Well, I think it changed my life in a positive way, which is, I don't know if this is common, but it really did change my life in a positive way. I got to spend more time with my kids. I got to do a lot of things that I couldn't do prior to COVID. I think that a lot of people got to really get in tune with themselves. They got to spend more time with family and friends. And it also did shape my life in a negative way because my mom was really sick. My stepfather was really sick, so a lot of loved ones were affected, died because of COVID, which is terrible, and I'm sorry for anyone that had lost anyone because of COVID-19. Our condolences. I think it really shaped the way politics have been going and how the government has kind of been naked in a way. So we got to really see them bare naked, got to really see that they are human beings. They really don't know what they're doing at times. And I think that was huge to really see all that happen.
Yeah.
So how about you, Mom?
Well, I think for me, I loved that I was working from home. It was amazing because I had time to think about stuff and just not have to deal with stresses like commute and office politics. But now that I'm back with people working, I'm really realizing that the time that people had to spend with their families and with themselves has really revolutionized the way that they perceive reality. And what I mean with that is like, before we didn't think it's possible to work remote. No. I mean, we heard of people who could do it, but it didn't seem like something that is applicable to most jobs. I think we see that people's priorities, I think for many people, this was the first time they could actually spend time with themselves for extended period of time. Many parents were able to be parents for the first time, and they discover that being there full time is a lot of work, but it's also very rewarding and they love it. So they don't want to come back to work. And when they are working, they don't want to be at work.
I don't even want to send my kids back to school.
No.
I'm like, I loved having them home. I loved being able to see what they're doing, see what they're learning, just kind of have that one-on-one time if they need help with any of their homework, any of their classwork. And now having to send them out is like, oh my God, babies are leaving, and it's so hard.
But I think what this is going to lead to is really many changes in all spheres of society. In people's personal lives, the way they relate to each other, the way they want to work, what is okay with them, what's not okay with them. I don't think that we've seen a smidgen of how this year has impacted us because everything is still on a seed level.
Yeah.
So nothing has really sprouted up to the ground. People feel about it, they think about it, they talk about it, but they are not fully acting on their feelings and their revelations and their insights. So that's the next step that I can imagine that we'll see. We'll see people making more radical moves to create more autonomy, to be more empowered, because now they see that there's a lot of value to it. And the people who have lost family members, many families have not only lost one person, but several people. It makes you really value those relationships you have with loved ones. And it brings home the concept that nothing is promised. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone.
And also, some people prior to this COVID-19 pandemic, they really just worked a 40-hour week, never had time with their significant other, never spent time with their kids. It was work. When I retire, then I'll spend time. And a lot of people died that had a huge chunk of retirement money or vacation money, and they didn't live their life to the fullest. So I think one thing for me, this pandemic taught me is to live your best life. life is to do what you want to do now. Go on that vacation now, because tomorrow is not promised. We cannot control what happens. We have no control over, are we going to wake up today? And this is huge, is every day when I wake up, I thank God. I say, thank you, God, for waking me up today. Thank you, God, for waking my kids up today. Thank you for keeping us safe, healthy, because it's not guaranteed. So that right there is a blessing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But as you're speaking, what I'm thinking too is that many people we have been bred into this system. Go to school, go to work, have kids, plan for retirement, yada, 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 yada.
Yeah.
So this time has been so disruptive that many people who normally wouldn't be questioning many of these ideas that we just take for granted, that that's how things are supposed to be, many people are now questioning them and saying, wait a minute, is this how we want to live?
Yeah.
Is this really the path that we want to take? And also questioning the relationship that they have to the corporate America that has sneakily taken over during the past 30, 40 years, because everyone has been trained to have such a tight alignment with the corporations, with your role in that whole spiel, that family, your spouse, your own needs always come second.
Yeah.
And there's always this carrot hanging in the front, all these promises that unfortunately get broken very often.
Work. Later on, you'll be on an island. Work.
Or work.
Yeah.
You get this and that benefit. But in reality, salaries have been stagnant for like 20 years, 30 years.
And there was actually, I'm sorry to cut you off, but there was actually a survey that was done, and it stated that if you stay at your job for, I think it was over like 2 to 3 years, you are actually paid less than someone that is just coming in.
Yes.
So we are staying in these companies and doing our best and trying to be promoted and so forth, and someone that is just coming in is being paid more than us, which is alarming.
Even though they are being paid more, that extra pay is not significant enough to offset the other costs that are constantly choking us, like healthcare. Like, how is it that you're supposed to pay almost $200 every 2 weeks and then have thousands of dollars of deductible before your health insurance even kicks in?
And that
on
makes
top
you not
of that,
even want to
there's
go.
a gap.
Yeah.
No, that's just one of the things, but people are now becoming more vocal. They are looking at the numbers, they're looking at the quality of their life, their health, the quality of their relationships. And many people are saying, we want to check out. So, to think about, how are these people going to act on this feeling is going to be interesting. Because we don't know yet, but we do know we're never going back to pre-COVID. No. That is not gonna happen. Things have just went too far. I can't even remember pre-COVID actually. Like, I remember certain things, but I cannot remember the feeling. Things have really, really changed.
Yeah.
You know what? Also, a lot of the crap is coming out of people too. Like, we live in New York City. Isn't it disgusting? The way people are.
It feels like a third world country.
It feels like third world country. It's unbelievable. It's undescribable actually. You have to live here to see those little details. So that side of people is also coming up, because all the stimulus checks and all the additional help under normal circumstances is great.
And which is awesome.
Yes.
Because one of the things that I have learned during this pandemic is people were like, wait, that I'm making more collecting unemployment than I am working a 9 to 5. And guess what? People are trying to look for higher paying jobs. Like, listen, I'm used to being paid this amount of money. I'm not going down. I'm not going to be paid that little penny that you were paying me prior, because now I know what it is like to have more money. So I want to continue to have that flowing in. So I think we will not settle anymore. And that's huge after the pandemic. People don't want to settle anymore. People don't want to live check to check anymore.
But that brings me to the point that I was going to say is that situation has also revealed, especially in our city, the lack of community that has been there for years.
Yeah.
New York City has just been about people making the coin. Going to work, going to work.
American dream.
So there hasn't been any community building, and right now you can really see it laid bare.
Yeah.
That we don't have community. And some people who are not working and don't have to worry about going out there to do anything, they are just being destructive.
Yeah.
Because they don't have this sense of having to be accountable to their community. And we need that.
Yeah, we do.
So people who are home, who are changing their lives, maybe they can start, maybe one of the things that we can focus is becoming more community oriented and advocating for better quality of life in our communities for ourselves and for our kids.
Yeah, for everyone.
Yeah.
Not just self all the time. How about I want it to be for everyone's
Yes.
kids? Because at the end of the day, your kids are going to be around other kids.
Exactly.
And you want their mindset to be at a certain level so your kid can also flourish.
Yes.
And it's huge.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's
because
huge.
It's huge. It's
And we
like-
don't have that currently.
No, we don't. And I think we all need to start to bring that back in, which is where we all look out for each other. We all become one big tribe where we all are helping one another. If someone is having problems, help them. If someone is like, you know what, I can't pay this bill, help them with some sort of resources. That's key because there's so many
Throw your
resources.
trash in the garbage.
Yeah, don't
Pick
leave it in
up
the
after
street.
your door. Stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're not going back.
No, it's
And
not
we're
gonna
going
be
to
how
be-
it once was.
What is that? 3 dots to be continued
Yeah.
because we haven't seen where it's going.
We haven't seen. We will for sure continue to keep you guys updated, and if you guys have any stories that you would like to tell us about or anything you want us to talk about, please feel free. Email me. My email will be linked in the bottom below, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Nordic.